We're all trying to spend less time on our phone, but if you've ever tried to quit by just using your willpower, you'll know that it's very difficult. I'm here to tell you that there is a better way to do it, and the girls have figured it out, and us lads are playing catch up. Today we're going to be talking about the antidote to doom scrolling. Hi, if you're new here, my name's Peter, I'm a behavioural scientist, and so let's start off by talking about why, psychologically speaking, doom scrolling is so hard to quit. So essentially, it boils down to the fact that doom scrolling is a very strongly reinforced habit. Well, in psychology, we characterize a habit as a mental shortcut. You can think of it kind of like an if statement in Excel. If this situation, then I do this behavior. But the thing about doom scrolling and why it is so powerful is that many different ifs all lead to the same then. So unlike a normal habit, like for example, opening the fridge door when you walk into the kitchen, doom scrolling is not tied to a particular location, it's not tied to a particular time of the day. Instead, it's almost like any time, any place, whenever we feel a little bit bored, we are triggered to do the behavior which is doom scrolling. So for example, it's like if I am bored in the kitchen, if I am bored in the living room, if I am bored on the commute, if I am bored in bed, if I'm bored while watching TV, etc, 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 the then part of the statement is all the same. It is pull out my phone and start doom scrolling. So in many ways, the reason why doom scrolling is a particularly sticky habit and one that is very difficult to overcome is because it is almost like having multiple habits that all are leading to the same behavior in the end. It is in many different contexts, many different situations where the behavior that has been reinforced in the past, the behavior that you've been rewarded for in the past, is pulling out your phone and doom scrolling and seeing some mildly interesting video. So if you think about doom scrolling in this way, where you have this huge suite of contexts that all lead to doom scrolling, then it becomes quite obvious why the cold turkey approach, the abstinence and willpower approach to quitting doom scrolling won't work very well. People will often try this, they will try and cold turkey from their phone, maybe they will go on a dopamine detox where they will, go on a retreat somewhere without their phone, or they will lock themselves in a room without their phone and try and, use that protected space in order to detox from their phone. Now, this approach might work for a select few, but generally speaking, it is very unreliable. And the reason why it's unreliable as a long-term solution is because once you come away from that experience, that retreat, or that dopamine detox that you've gone on, you're back in exactly the same context again. And your brain has not formed any new associations between that context and a different behavior. And so once you're back in the same situation, the old behavior comes back again. But what if I told you that there is a better way? And the girls have figured it out, and us guys are still playing catch up. The girls have figured out that there is this crazy idea. It's called getting a hobby. I know. It's absolutely wild. I bet you've never thought about doing it before. Now, there are many different hobbies that you could do to help you quit doom scrolling, but the particular kind of hobby that we're seeing absolutely surge in popularity right now amongst Gen Z and millennials is crafting. Hobbies that involve using your hands. Things like knitting, crochet, and needlepoint are absolutely surging in popularity amongst young women. These are hobbies which historically were only associated with the older generation. Like your gran would knit, your nan would do stuff with yarn and needles. But these days, it is the younger generation that is really taking to crafting, and one of the primary motivators for doing so is trying to reduce their screen time. Now, of course, I'm overgeneralizing here. Not every girl or woman does crafting, and not every crafter is a girl or woman. There are also many men who enjoy crafting as well, myself included. But you do see, statistically speaking, that around 99% of the people who do crafts are women, and that it is particularly with women that we see a huge uptick in popularity when it comes to these traditionally grandma crafts. So why is crafting such a great way to stop yourself from doom scrolling compared to trying to quit cold turkey? Well, the reason why it works so well is that it is much easier, it turns out, to quit a bad habit by substituting the bad habit for a more positive one that you do in exactly the same context. So rather than trying to remove the if-then association completely, you keep the if, but you just change the then. And as you'll remember, with doom scrolling, there are many different ifs that all lead to the same then. And so to reduce your screen time, rather than cut it out completely, you can just replace some of those if-then relationships with the different then while still maintaining some of the others. And that leads to a much more balanced and healthy lifestyle. So the great thing about crafting is that it is a really good substitution for a lot of these ifs. If I am bored on the sofa while watching TV in particular, how many of you struggle to watch TV without scrolling your phone these days? right? A lot of us do. But crafting is so good because you can do it while sitting down on the sofa. It's handheld, and so you literally can't be scrolling on your phone while you're doing it. And the repetitive motion of crafting is rewarding. It is therapeutic and enjoyable and relaxing to do the motion of crafting. And so because it is rewarding, your brain is then able to form a new association that goes, oh, when I'm in this situation, I don't need to scroll my phone in order to be rewarded. I can just sit here and craft instead, and it is also rewarding, and so I will form this new association instead. And so it works for replacing your doom scrolling habit on the sofa. It can also work for replacing your doom scrolling habit before bed. It can also work for replacing your doom scrolling habit while on the commute. And so in all of these different situations which previously had this if-then association with doom scrolling, you are now doing an if-then association with crafting. And the great thing about crafting is that you are learning a new skill, you are creating something with your hands, like handmade craft. And so at the end of your time where we'd usually just be doom scrolling and will have achieved nothing, instead you have made progress towards completing some piece of homemade craft, be that, a sweater or a scarf or a piece of handmade art. And there was this really interesting study done at Anglia Ruskin University that showed that crafting predicted a stronger sense of life being worthwhile than even your employment. So crafting really does contribute in a meaningful way to how you perceive yourself, and it is so much more positive than the opposite associations that we see with doom scrolling. There are a lot of historical norms that have perpetuated to the modern day that mean that these crafts like knitting, crochet, and needlepoint are typically associated with women. There's nothing wrong with that in particular, but there's also no reason why men also can't enjoy this thing. I think if you get over yourself and think like, oh, I want to be a manly man, so I'm not going to do this stuff, and you just give it a go, it's actually super fun. Like for example, this behind me, this framed art behind me, I stitched that. It was really fun. It was really fun, very enjoyable, very therapeutic, very relaxing, all the things that the girls talk about. Guess what, guys? We're not that different, right? So it's actually really enjoyable for guys as well. So if you want to give it a go, if you're a guy or a gal, go check out koiponstudio.com, top link in the description or in the pinned comment below. You can use code PETE10 to get 10% off your order, and you'd be supporting me and my wife and our small business. So thank you guys so much for watching, and go enjoy some needlepoint, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.